across the word mouse and you think, for most nouns we just add an S, right? I already know that. Mouses. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that would be wrong. Mouse is an irregular plural. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Caitlin. Today's video is part 3, the final part of my plural rules series. Today in this video we're going to be talking about all of the irregular plurals, so all of the times that words in English don't like to follow any of the rules that we learned in part 1 and part 2. Now, why irregular plurals exist, I have no idea. Maybe it's just to annoy us, but we still have to deal with them and we still have to learn them. But anyway, once you've finished watching part 1, part 2 and this video, then you will know all of the plural rules and all of the exceptions. And that will make you a certified plural rules master. But anyway, let's get into the video. I haven't talked about it before and you may already know this, but there are 2 kinds of plurals in English. There are regular plurals, which are words that follow all of the plural rules that I talked about in part 1 and part 2. But then we have irregular plurals. And we also have 2 different kinds of irregular plurals. The first is words that are both singular and plural at the same time. These are very special words. And then some super annoying words that their plurals don't follow any rules. We just have to memorize them. These are the real devils right here. We're first going to talk about irregular plurals that are both singular and plural at the same time. So for these words, we don't need to change them at all in order to make them plural. For example, some of these words are fish, sheep, deer, moose, bison, and shrimp. All of these words, we don't have to change them to turn them into their plural form. So it can be 2 fish, 2 sheep, 2 deer, 2 moose, 2 bison, and 2 shrimp. All of these are correct. Funnily enough, most of the words in this category are animals, particularly fish. Nearly all fish names are irregular plurals that are both singular and plural at the same time. For example, tuna, trout, and salmon. These are all these kinds of words. Our second kind of irregular plural, as I mentioned before, are words that we do have to change to make them into their plural form, but there's no rule or pattern as to how we do this. And because of that, these ones can be difficult and super annoying to remember. To help you out though, I will give you a list of the most common ones in this category. First up, we have foot, which becomes feet, goose becomes geese, mouse is mice, die becomes dice, and person becomes people. Although persons with an S is actually a word, but we don't use it at all in our spoken language. The only place that you'll find the word persons is in the written language and probably in a very formal document like a legal text. There's also child, which becomes children, and probably the most common one of all, man becomes men. These last 2, child into children and man into men, are some very helpful ones because we have a lot of compound words that stem from these 2 words. A compound word is when we take one word and the second one and we put those 2 together to make one larger word. A compound word, although it may seem similar to a contraction, it is different. In a contraction, although we are mashing words together, we aren't creating a new word by doing that. Those 2 words are still separate, they're just linked by an apostrophe. However, in a compound word, we are creating an entirely new word. Now you might be thinking, why are you talking about compound words right now? This is a lesson on plurals. Well, compound words can actually be very helpful. As I just said, we do have a lot that are made up of man and child. And when we have words like this, they follow the same irregular pluralization. For example, fireman, a compound word made of fire and man. It follows the same pluralization of man into men. So fireman becomes firemen, and school child becomes school children. Excellent! So that was the very last plural rule. Now you know all of the regular plural rules, and you know all about irregular plurals too. I now certify you a Plural Rules Master. And that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to me on YouTube, and check me out on Instagram and Facebook. If you have any video suggestions or questions, you can leave those down in the comment box below or flick me a message. Have a great day, guys. Bye!